Winter is not only a great time for skiing and snowboarding, but it's also a great time to cozy up with a wonderful book and sit by the fire and enjoy yourself. Joining me now, Nicole, the owner of Bookworm of Edwards. Thanks for coming on the show today, Nicole.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I was just telling you, I love Bookworm. It's my favorite store to go into because I love books, and you have a great cafe, you have a great selection. You brought a few of your top 10 books here, New York Times bestsellers, and a couple of the staff favorites as well.
That's right. Every year our staff of 30 kind of come together and start talking about what their favorite books of the year were. And we don't always agree. So to come to 10, just 10 books, is actually a really fun exercise. And it's always really unique to our store and our readers. And on the list this year are a variety of books from picture books to cookbooks, novels, history, and just some fantastic reads.
So you brought a few of the top 10 books that you have here. We can start with this one that is a New York Times bestseller called Homegoing. What's this one about?
So Ya Jessie is the author. This is the story of two sisters. They don't know they're sisters. One is a slave. The other is married to a British colonialist in the 1700s in Africa. The narratives diverge, and each chapter tells the story of a new generation in each woman's family. I love it because one chapter closes, the next chapter begins, and it sort of finishes the story of the person before. It's a powerful story that ends in America, and the two characters who the story closes with are just tremendous examples of our history, of where we are in our world. And this is great writing. It's super easy to read. And everyone, young, old, men, women I've spoken to who've read this book, including in my family, have totally loved it.
I'm definitely going to have to check that one out. I always think New York Times has really, really great books that they recommend. You know, they always pick the best ones. And so this one is called Pax. And so tell me a little bit about this one here.
So Pax is our favorite family read aloud for the year, and it's geared toward a elementary school age reader, but parents can read it out loud to children, I would say as young as 5 or 6. It's the story of a boy and his dog, but it's different in that the dog is not a dog, he's a fox. Mm-hmm. And Peter and his fox encounter some pretty significant troubles in their young lives, and they're separated. So it's the story of them trying to get back together. It will make you cry. It is way better than Old Yeller, and this is a story, again, that parents and kids love to read.
You know what? When we're talking about dogs and foxes, Fox and the Hound, that movie made me sob
I love
like
that
a baby.
book.
So I'm definitely going to have to check that one out too.
Yep.
And so this one is about Winston Churchill, hero of the empire.
Yes. So Candace Millard has written many best-selling histories. She is a meticulous researcher, and this is about Churchill during the Boer War. So he's a very young man out to make his name for himself. He's already been in several wars, and he really is very ambitious and kind of wild to try to make a name for himself. The story is really a narrative. It's written like a novel, but every single fact is true. She wrote a book about the River of Doubt, about going down the Amazon, and she also wrote a book about President Garfield. Things you would think, oh, that sounds fine, and everyone loves them. Again, it's a part of history you haven't seen come alive yet.
I love history, so I love reading books that turn into novels too. You know, it's not just textbook style writing.
No,
novels about history are awesome, and so are cookbooks.
Yeah, so this is our favorite cookbook of the year, Love and Lemons. This is a well-known blog also that the book has kind of spun out from. We cooked recipes from this cookbook for our staff meal in December. And I will tell you what, I have a lot of meat and potatoes people on my staff. I have a lot of vegans. Everyone's different. And everyone loved the food from this cookbook. There are meatless meatballs that people could not believe were so good. Everything from like ice cream and desserts to really great salads and side dishes. And I love the photography in this cookbook too. It really is mouthwatering. And so I think it's a great cookbook for again, kind of a diverse range of readers, but also people who are very skilled in the kitchen and people who are just getting started.
Definitely a good one to check out if you are into chefing, cooking, all of that. And then really quick, we got to send it to Gabe for the weather, but I know Lindsay Vaughn's going to be coming into the Bookworm. So tell me a little bit.
Thursday night this week at 6 o'clock, she will be coming in to sign her new book, Strong is the New Beautiful. Okay. The line forms at 5. She'll begin signing at 6 o'clock.
Great. Thank you so much, Nicole. Appreciate that. Be sure to check out Lindsay Vaughn coming into the Bookworm on Thursday. Gabe's going to give you a quick look at that weather forecast coming up next.